Hey everybody, Erik here again with another weekly WTF or Where to Fish if you need it spelled out for you, this time for the weekend of April 20th, 2019. You know, we saw a real mixed bag of weather again this week, and that is going to continue into the weekend, although we are expecting to see some warmer temps as we go into the weekend. So that's going to really help kick off a lot of those afternoon hatches, be it blueing olive or midge. So once again, these would be my top 3 spots that I'd be heading to if I was heading out of the Denver metro area. Starting at number 3, our local favorite and just steps away from our shop here in downtown Evergreen, our favorite Bear Creek. You know, it's opened up now, the ice is off, the flows have started to come up a little bit, and this is a great time of year to really explore that water before we get into the harder runoff and it gets blown out. So in there, you're dealing with fish that are in small pockets in the deeper water still, because there are a lot of shallow sections in that stretch. So I would approach it with a shallow dry dropper rig. That's going to make for a nice stealthy presentation. Up top, I would be using some type of bluing olive imitation. So whether it's a sparkle dun, a typical parachute atom, something along those lines, just something that you can see from distance, because you are going to need to be stealthy so you don't spook these fish. Down below, it's a pretty simple game down there. Just something flashy, something like a typical copper john, maybe a D-midge, a flash midge, juju beta, something along those lines down below is going to get you lots of action. So moving on to number 2, I would take advantage of some of this lighter traffic on I-70 and 285 and go further out and do some exploring. If it was me, I'd be heading to the Arkansas River Valley, maybe something along the lines of like the Hecla Junction access. They're looking at about 500 to 550 CFS right now. It's kind of settled in that area, and this is a great time of year to explore the Arkansas. The bugs are definitely getting active, and there's a lot of options for the fish in there. So I'd be using something like a crane fly, just a good caddis pattern, but definitely have plenty of, bluing olive and midge patterns as well, because those are still going to be some of your core bugs. But with the runoff really kind of hit and miss depending on the temperature per day, don't be afraid to run San Juan type patterns or worm patterns in there, because a lot of those are really going to be starting to get washed into the river and become a main food source. If you need more information, maybe stop by our friends down at the Next Eddy in Salida. They'll give you some more localized beta in that particular stretch. Moving on to number 1, one of our, again, local favorites, not going too far from home, but Deckers has been fishing really well. Flows recently came up to 160 in there. You're going to be able to use things like Frenchies, again, Juju Betas, RS2s, typical fare in that realm, but mostly bluing olive and midge patterns are going to be your core flies in there. If you need to switch it up to some type of attractor, again, a San Juan, leech, egg patterns up front. Don't forget about some small lighter colored stones. That's always a good option in there as well, but plenty of options in there. That those increased flows are definitely going to help push those fish into some of their springtime runs. So again, it's going to be a great weekend. Get out there, enjoy your public waters. If you need some more advice on flies, swing by the shop, hit us up with a message. If you need help with access and where to go, we're always available. So get out there, enjoy it, and I will see you next week.